And now, with over half the homes and communities in Gaza destroyed, with 34,000 killed, with attacks on hospitals, schools, places of worship, with targeted killings of aid workers, medics and journalists, and with deliberate restrictions on vital food, water and medical supplies, I ask you to consider the words of our government as spoken by Ben Wallace back in 2022. He said, "The UK stands for the values of freedom, the rule of law, human rights and the protection of civilians. We simply will not stand by while civilians are killed." We are waiting for you to honour those words, Mr. Wallace. Thank you.
The thing is, a lot of us are not aware of the amount of privilege we have, and even when you are aware of the amount of privilege and blessings you're surrounded by, there's still more, and it's just coming to terms with that, like the fact that there's always going to be something else to be grateful for. Maybe you've got a roof over your head. You are more lucky than 70% of the world, and definitely more lucky than 100% of people living in Gaza. And what are we going to do with that privilege? How are we going to utilize a position we've been either born into if you're a kid, or maybe the position that you've worked to get, whatever it is. Every day we can go to sleep knowing that we're going to be safe. But how about people in Gaza, and how about them day to day? How do they feel, and how do they come to terms with the instability that they've been subject to? And how do we come to terms with the privilege that we've been given? And what do we do with that?
When people keep saying to Reem, why are you up on a stage playing music when there's a war going on and your family's in the middle of it? And Reem replies that what she would do in the midst of that is go out and play music, and to try and, play a part in keeping the spirits up, and to try and give the children some kind of an outlet in particular. People are being massacred on a daily basis. They're being absolutely slaughtered, no matter the fact that they're resisting. But at the same time, they are smiling, they're singing, they're dancing, and they are expressing Palestinian culture.
I think every day we need to strive to do more and more, but at the same time, not punish ourselves, because it isn't a punishment, it's a gift. So this privilege is definitely a gift, and what we do with it is very telling of who we are.
How are we feeling, guys? Do you want more? So the second song is called Third Gorilla.
My name's Zoe, and I'm one of the organisers of Manchester Music for Gaza. Ian and I had both been posting about going to protests, and the things that we were trying to do, what we'd been seeing on the television, on social media, had really affected us both, and we were both going to a lot of protests and doing what we could, and we were obviously both felt quite similar. And he got in contact saying, "Do you want to run an event?"
I'm Ian, I'm one of the organisers of MMFG. So it was me that got in touch with Zoe when I spotted her message on Instagram about feeling sort of helpless about the whole situation. And then it just sort of bloomed from there. She was a promoter, I'm a promoter as well, of gigs and ideas and stuff. So yeah, we started putting a roster together, just sharing that on a little iPhone notes thing, and then it all blossomed from there, really. Yeah.
I'm Yusuf. In my normal life, I work in software engineering, but as part of this event, I've been helping organise it with Ian and Zoe. MAP in particular are important because they're so well established, and they've been around for a long time. They're kind of deeply embedded in Palestine, and they've been doing good work for such a long time. For us, it seemed like the obvious choice.
They are fighting to save lives, but fighting for their own lives at the same time. Everything that they see is happening to them.
Many Palestinians can't get healthcare because of visas. Can't get visas. They can't get through the checkpoints. It takes forever. So Medical Aid for Palestine it's not a gap. It's a gaping hole. They provide that healthcare that Palestinians are crying out for because of the embargo that is placed on them by the Israeli government. And obviously now with the atrocities that are happening there, they're saving lives, it's essential.
You were born and grew up in Gaza.
Gaza. And I just wondered what your personal memories were of growing up. Playing with my cousins, going to the beach, going to school. I got shot when I was 9. I think that's not something that people... yeah.
I've been running Speakers Corner tonight. I'm a journalist and writer and former PR, music PR.
Why did you want to get involved with this event?
I felt like I really needed to do something to stand up and to speak and to learn more. It was a good way to educate myself and to learn more about what's happening in Gaza and in Palestine and to the people.
Why do you think events like are so important?
Oh gosh, they're phenomenally important, just to raise awareness, to raise money, to bring people together so that they know that they're not alone.
Have you found the day so far?
It's been heartbreaking and moving, and I've met some amazing people. I've heard some fantastic stories, some really heartbreaking stories, and it's felt, I talked about how important it is for communities to come together, and it's felt that that's what's happened.
The disabled, the elderly, non-combatants, babies, innocent, beautiful babies, Palestinians. Thank you, God bless you.
Let me tell you something. We talk about the 40,000 that have been killed. It's way more than that. It's 120, 140,000. There's 100% post-operative infections. 100%. Every single operation leads to a post-op infection. We don't have antibiotics. These all died. They all died from malnutrition. You know, last week, a 16 and a 14-year-old, they died of malnutrition. So they all died. All 10, 12,000 stuck under the rubble, they're all dead. So we really underplayed those numbers. And that is the thing that I think my mirror image in Palestine has to do this. You know, they see a baby and they think, I can save that arm, but I'm gonna have to chop it off and pin that baby down and do that to another person.
If we all stop and don't do anything because we don't think it's big enough or good enough, or that we're not the right people to do it, or it won't have a big enough impact, then no one will do anything, will they?
I think that's the thing, it's about mobilising people, it's about informing people that they can actually make a difference, that everybody has the ability to rise up.
What drew me in to really get involved was when Amnesty published that major report 2 years ago that actually said Israel's committing apartheid. Now I know others have said that, but for Amnesty International, the biggest human rights organisation in the world, to step up and bravely say that, that's going to have impact.
I reckon love will always destroy evil.
We had some goals that we wanted to achieve. We didn't really articulate them beforehand, but I think each of us had a feeling of how we want the event to play out and how we'd get that balance right. And I feel like we achieved that.
It was to say, you know, well, who's doing anything about it? Who can do something about it? Or let's get some musician and artist friends to pay for nothing, sell tickets, do posters, and, you know, do what we did basically.
A long time ago, I used to be a music promoter before I had kids, and so I've got lots of contacts in that world. And you know, within a couple of days, we found a venue, we'd got acts booked, we just got it going, and it just felt good to be doing something. It felt good to be doing something rather than just watching it.
And of course, Manchester would raise so much money because it's such an amazing city, and to be here tonight when it feels like a lot of the world is morally bankrupt.
Oh, it's a fucking artist, isn't it? That we drag your asses out and do something for nothing, no money to help people.
Free Palestine!
Free Palestine!